Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Will the Dragon Whisperer, back with another video for the channel, and I'm super excited to see you guys and talk to you guys about ball pythons. Are they arboreal or not? I have been doing 4 months plus of deep dive research, as well as 4 months of visually monitoring a ball python in an arboreal setup. And when I mean visually monitoring, I'll show you guys, I mean monitoring closely for 4 straight months. And I'm going to share all that with you guys, my opinions and what I've learned, and I hope to hear your comments about what you guys think about what I've discovered. So also super excited to have 2 of my baby bearded dragons here that I produced from Clarabelle and Ramsey's. These guys are thriving and growing like weeds, so super excited about that. And some shout outs I want to send out to Yalak from Set Apart Geckos. That's Y-A-L-A-K from Set Apart Geckos. The gentleman recently reached out to me about one of my lily whites, and super excited about that. And also I want to send a shout out to his neighbor Aaron, who is also a subscriber to the channel. Both of these guys have supported me for a long time, and now he's reached out to purchase some animals from me. So big shout out to Yalak and Aaron. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. So we're going to get straight into it, you guys. Lots of information to share with you guys about what I've discovered about these ball pythons and their ability to climb and their want and need to climb. So hope you guys enjoy the video. We're going to get straight into it. Let's hit the road.
Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Now this is just a brief panoramic view of my reptile room, and I live in a 1-bedroom studio apartment. So as you can see, I lay my head right here at night, and I live in my reptile room. I can constantly monitor. People ask me all the time, how much do you interact with your animals? How much do you observe them? And as you can see, all the time when I'm home, I see my reptiles. I eat my dinner here at my coffee table where my couch is, because I don't really have a dining room. So I sleep, eat, and breathe my animals. So I'm able to monitor them basically 24 hours a day when I'm home. So the ball python enclosure is right here beside my TV, and right here where I see it constantly. Now this ball python enclosure is 4 feet tall, it is 2 feet deep, and it is 3 feet wide. It has substrate in the bottom, a very thin layer of eco earth and play sand. I'm probably going to change that to cypress mulch just so I don't get any issues with pits getting clogged. Loose substrate like that is really not ideal unless you're really just trying to do bioactive. But I've had this large female, she's over 2,000 grams, cinder. The normal you can see there, she has been in this tank for 4 months now, and right now I'm actually in a breeding cycle, and I have paired her with my pied Leonidas. He is a visual pied, and he is 66% het candy, and I'm going to hopefully produce some double hets out of this pairing. But you can already see, thank goodness, that these guys are locked up back here. Been locked up for a couple of hours now, and I've been I've been monitoring the behavior of both of these animals for the last couple of days. But Cinder, like I said, she's been in this enclosure for 4 months now. That is Cinder, my big adult normal female. I got her from an individual that was a subscriber to the channel, so I really don't know if she's got any hidden genetics. She doesn't have any markers for anything that I can see, but she's a really big girl. She's 2,100 grams. Leonidas is just at 1,100, and this is his first breeding season, and this is the first female he's ever been paired with, actually, and he's already figured out what to do and done his thing here. So I'm very excited to see these 2 locked up. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the arboreal nature of these animals. There's been a lot of going back and forth over the years, countless discussions about whether ball pythons are arboreal or not, or semi-arboreal. Now, I really encourage everyone to go watch the full hour-length video that Dave Kaufman just did on this, and I will have to agree with what Dave kind of figures out in his video, and that is that these animals are not found to be arboreal in the wild. When he talks to the guys in Africa that live around these animals all the time, this is their life. They go out and cull these animals out of the wild and put them into the pet trade. They're also used for a lot of other reasons in Africa. If you'll see, his video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you know, people say when they keep these in captivity, they're arboreal and they've seen them in trees in the wild. But it is pretty much known now and accepted by the people that have actually went over there and done their research that the reason these snakes are seen up in the trees and up in areas like this in captivity, well, the only reason they're arboreal in the wild, they've pretty much discovered, is only during the raining season. There is a rainy season in their habitat in Africa, and the guys that Dave Kaufman talked to said you never see these pythons in the trees except during the rainy season. When it's not rainy season, they're always on the ground, they're always in burrows, and they do not climb the trees when it is not the rainy season. And that's basically because they have no choice. In captivity, I have noticed that, and I have a short about it, that Cinder, I found her up here in this area for quite a couple of days under this basking spot. I provided them a heated source high in this enclosure so they have an option to bask and get warm in an arboreal spot, or they have a heat mat here inside of this PVC hide that is really concealed with this bit of fake foliage I have. And 99.9% of the time, they're always in the hide on the heat mat. I did notice her basking a few times up here in the heat lamp, only to discover that my cord had gotten unplugged to the heat mat, and that was the reason she was basking in the warm spot. It was her only warm option at the time. Now, I have noticed over the last 4 months her climbing in this enclosure quite a lot, and people will say, well, isn't that an example of arboreal behavior? And I will counter that with saying no, because by being able to monitor her for hours and hours and hours and days and months on end, I have realized that that behavior is only when she is in one of her moods and she is looking to escape. That behavior only is, I think, indicative of her looking for an escape, because she never climbs up and perches. It is always very active climbing, and she is nosing all the corners of the enclosure. She's nosing where the cage comes into the wood. She's nudging the corners here. She's nudging the hinges of the doors. She's nudging the opening where the doors open here at the bottom. She's exploring all the options to get out of the enclosure. I do not think she is climbing for exercise, and I do not think she is climbing for enrichment. I do not think she is climbing because she wants to get off the ground. She is climbing because she is looking for an escape avenue. She is looking for a way out of this enclosure. Anyone who's kept ball pythons for a long time will tell you they are escape artists. It doesn't matter how big of an enclosure you give them, eventually they're going to try to escape. And in my experience, that is what I have realized. These snakes are not arboreal, you guys. They're not semi-arboreal. And if you have one that likes to perch on a tree every now and then in his enclosure, it's got to have something to do with the temperature at that spot. And maybe there are some out there, some rare cases, where they do like to sit up in a high elevated area, just like every human being's personality is a little bit different. I'm not going to say there aren't a few exceptions to that rule, but all my research, you watch the Dave Kaufman video, you watch a snake for 4 or 5 months straight in a setup like this where they have the option of a high arboreal warm spot or a low hidden warm spot, and they're going to take the low hidden warm spot 99% of the time. And if you watch yours closely, I think you will come to agree that most of the climbing, they are looking for an escape. They are not doing it because they're looking for a high spot to perch or to bask or to rest. They are looking for a way out of the enclosure. And I would love to hear everyone's opinions about this in the comments, because I've spent months and months trying to do this research and monitor these guys, and that is really my opinion at this point, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. So, all right, once again, you guys, this is Will the Dragon Whisperer. Thank you so much for watching the video. Another big shout out once again to Yalak and Aaron. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And like I've told you in the past, all things are small to a giant, you guys. Be special every day in your life. Be a T-Rex. Be invincible. Don't let nothing stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Smash that like button. Ring that notification bell. Subscribe if you haven't. Please help share the channel. We just hit 1,500 subscribers, and we're going to have a big giveaway at the 2,000 mark. So, thank you guys for all your support. See you in the next video. I'm out.